For us is continue to find opportunities for Kenji's development, for stimulation, for just the opportunity for him to just continue to evolve. And he does that on his own, but the more that we can help him kind of be a force multiplier, the faster we see the progress.
I love that the goal of this research project is to look at other ways to provide ride-on cars to children who are not able to move on their own. In the service delivery model that we're doing here at Shriners, each child gets individual attention. There's a lot of time spent educating parents, demonstrating things with the children, trying different types of seating positions and support. Benjamin was a very involved child medically, and we had some doubts initially as to whether we would be able to provide the amount of positioning and support that he would need to independently control and activate and use the car.
Through the GoBabyGo program, one of the biggest things that helped us with was understand the technology that's available to help him and how to use it, because it's a lot of the same technology we'd use for different needs, but we never had a real chance to apply it in an effective way like this. We've applied the push button to saying yes or no, or stop, or more. But something like the connection of being in a vehicle and you press that button and it goes, and you let it go, it stops. I think that really helped him understand what that button's role was, and we've seen him develop more and more with his ability to use the button.
I think what we discovered when working with him was that if you provide good positioning, if you provide those external environmental supports, then the sky is the limit in terms of how a child will use those supports to access their environments.
So in the GoBabyGo program, the engineer is responsible for making sure the car is safe. So we have to check all of the electrical systems. We need to make sure that the seat is secured in the car. And then we have to periodically check and make sure that the car is performing to our liking, so that the kid is safe, the car is functioning properly, and the parents are happy with how the car is performing.
So Kenji really showed us that we can use this model for the more complex medical kids to allow them to have independent mobility.
One of the greatest benefits for him is being able to get active, having opportunities that aren't available to him without some vehicle like that. The opportunity of learning the mechanism of that push button and the cause and effect of it, and just getting him a different perspective. You know, he's a young 5-year-old kid. You know, young 5-year-old kids are typically running around, but it doesn't have to be that, but he still needs that opportunity to kind of express himself, to get out there, and he loves driving the car.
The overall goal is so that the kids have fun and have the ability to use the cars and for it to be a positive experience.
Driving around the driveway and chase his little brother, that's been one of the best things to see. Literally, little Lawrence will run around the driveway and Kenji will chase him in the car. He doesn't even take his hand off the button at all. He just tries to press it as hard as he can, as if it's going to make him go faster and try to catch his brother.
One of the things that is special about working on the GoBabyGo research program is the multidisciplinary aspect of the program. So we use PTs, OTs, engineers, other rehab staff in a collaborative process.
What other place can you get a committed team that's there at one time, all three being subject matter experts in what they do, and their time is consolidated into an hour, 2 hours focused just on your child.
So it was a challenge for us. We weren't really sure whether it would work. We weren't sure whether he would be successful, and I think he surpassed our expectations.
There's a connection between when we started this program and some recent progress we've seen from him, where he's actually been able to support himself on all fours, which that's something we've never seen him doing before.
We're unlocking this potential that these kids are now experiencing, the ability to sit upright, gain better arm control, they can actually reach, they can touch. Now they're better engaged with their car and better engaged with their environment, and they can use that push button to really make themselves go and explore the world around them. Where before, without a seating system or a car that provides that ability to be mobile, they were unable to really interact with the world around them and interact with society. So we're changing these patients' lives by giving them this mobility that they didn't have before being a part of this program.
If I had to pick one thing that Kenji likes most about the car, the fact that it goes. I really do. I mean, because he's non-mobile, has hypotonia, that's just not an opportunity that he has, is to go from point A to point B. And how he does that typically is going to be rolling. And otherwise he's dependent on others. So in this situation, he's more or less independent.
He really seemed to respond well in terms of emotionally and cognitively. He has such a great responsive smile, and I think he really wants to engage in his environment.
Since we enrolled him in it and he started using the car, it seems like a simple concept that you push a button and you go. But for Kenji, you've been able to see it, and we're able to see how he uses push buttons moving forward, that's going to be the medium for his communication as he develops. This car is really, it's a means to bigger solutions. It's a means just a better understanding of what works for him, how we can help him. So it's a means to having something greater that he can develop into.